yourself, yes, I'm in, I would really like the idea of this concept, I love the idea of your products, and I want to get started. The second position you may be in is that you would like to try our products first. Third position may be that it's maybe just not the right time for you, or you're just maybe just not interested. And I just want you to know that'll be completely fine, because at the end of the day, we're all volunteers in this, and we all love it, but you have to feel comfortable. You have to, it'll be your choice. That's what I want to say to you. We're not here to push anybody at all. So I want to move forward first of all, and I thought perhaps to start with, we'd just do a couple of testimonials, because for some of us have been in this business for quite some time, and we've got some stories. So Romilly, first of all, I'd like to bring you up. A lifestyle story we would like to share with you. Thanks, Romilly.
Can you stay in the middle?
Hi everybody, great to see so many people here tonight. Lifestyle story, okay. 11 years ago I was a beneficiary, and not very well at all, so I'd gone from the DPB to the sickness benefit, and that was due to years of stress of bringing up 4 children and 1 disabled on my own. And a friend introduced me to Body Balance. It took me a long time to accept it, because I tell you the price was double what it is now, so that was a crunch for me on a limited income. But I plunged in because of what it did for my son. He tried a bottle, she gave us a bottle. And that's the beginning of the story, and over the next while my health improved dramatically to the point where I had it back again. I had chronic fatigue and various things going on, early stages of arthritis. And fast forward to today, I guess, where I'm just about to get my gold card. I'm excited about that, I don't know why. I want to go to Waiheke for nothing. And I've got an amazing lifestyle. I don't have to, I've left where I was living, because I'm now living where I want to. I've had actually quite a few moves over the last 2.5 years, looking to where it is I really want to be in the world. So Life Force has given me the financial freedom and the lifestyle that I used to dream about, but began to believe I could never have. And I have developed skills that I would never have had a chance to develop, leadership skills. Personal development's been amazing, and it's a great thrill to be able to introduce this to other people and see what me saying yes has enabled other people to do with their lives and improve their health and well-being. And many people are simply customers and get the benefits, and I love to see that. I mean, to hear their stories of the changes that are happening for them just blows me away. And I've got heaps of them just from the last week. People have just got started. So that's that, and I'm going to just, do I briefly do my Be Lean bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I think it's day 6 now. I'm not a numbers person, and I don't sort of count days, but I'm trying hard. I started to have the new weight loss program. I didn't do the cleanse one because I haven't got that one yet. But on the weekend, it was about day 3, I noticed that my weight was not, it had gone down, and I thought, this is interesting, it's gone down a couple of kilos. And it stayed down. And then on Sunday, I had to do a little task. We had a boot camp, and a task that I felt really uncomfortable with, and tried to get out of it. But I know by avoiding the hard stuff, you get nowhere in life, so off I go and do it. And made a little pact with myself: if I do what I want to do, if I actually do it, then I'll go and try some clothes on and see if I can find some nice new clothes. And so that was a tremendous motivation. And when I tried clothes on, so I've got to go down a size. So here we are. I'm down a size in my new clothes. And that's what, I think that was about 3 days on the weight loss management program. Good story, and I'm sticking to it. I'm very happy.
And just for new people, our foundation product here is Body Balance, which is 28 years old, and then we now, soon to be launched into New Zealand, is our weight loss. So just want to cover that for the new people. Our next person I'm going to introduce is the person who's standing right in front of me, who is a dear friend and business mentor and colleague, and he has an amazing story to tell you about how he started out with Life Force, living out in the bush and self-sustained, weren't you, Manfred? Yeah. So Manfred Rowney, come forward. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, my story is this long and I tell you that much about it, so we'll see what comes up. But I was a classical musician in Austria, and for most people that sounds romantic, because that's where classical music comes from. But when you're actually in Austria, in my case, it felt a bit like a straitjacket. And I felt that straitjacket get tighter and tighter all the way through school. And what I was looking for, all since I can remember, I would now call integrity. I grew up with people making rules, what I should and shouldn't do, but they were breaking those rules all the time. So the Catholic priest had 3 kids with the cook, everybody knew, but nobody knew about it. The policeman would drive drunk or too fast anytime he wanted to. My father was smoking but told me not to smoke, and on and on and on. There was no integrity. Nobody was walking their talk, but they tried to put rules on me. And so by the time I was 26, I was very successful, but I was well and truly sick of it. And so I took a year off, traveled around the world, got halfway around, and stayed here in beautiful New Zealand. So I've been here since '82, and I continued that journey looking for people who actually live what they're telling others to do. And I got onto health and nutrition, and again in the health field I met so many health professionals who were really sick. So in the end I just quit the world and went bush, so to speak. I was in the South Island in the Buller Gorge and did the self-sufficiency thing, and basically created my own little, whatever we'd call it, in a worldly sense it would be called a monastery or an ashram, you know, but I was by myself. So I became a hermit. And 2 years into the hermitage I thought, this is paradise by yourself isn't ideal, so I found another hermit, a female hermit. And she was happy to live there with me, and she was hormonally infertile. And so we had renounced the world and lived happily forever after. Until with 47, my wife experienced early menopause. And it was early menopause, definitely, until it started moving about 3 months into the menopause. And that changed our life completely. So we had this beautiful daughter come to us. And as soon as we had a baby, that ideal lifestyle of self-sufficiency and living without money outside the system became immediately unsustainable. And so I had to reinvent myself in the world. And you know, whenever my wife said, what do you want to do in the world? Of course I could, like most people, would like to go back to the security of what I've got degrees on. But being a classical musician, the conductor and the flautist and the music teacher all meant live in the city. And after 16, 17 years free, I wasn't going to put on a straitjacket. And so I just said, I want to share with people what I've learned, especially those 2 years by myself and all this time together with Anna. And it's, in essence, it's all about love. What I was looking for, and I think everybody deep down is looking for love, or more love. We all have some, but mostly not enough. And so I realized that enough love can only happen when I love myself. And where I grew up, I was taught, love your neighbor as you love yourself, but they never taught me how to love myself. In fact, if I put a sign around on Sunday morning and stood outside church saying I love myself, they would have put me away and I wouldn't be standing here today. So it wasn't cool, it wasn't even allowed morally to say I love myself. But they said love your neighbor as you love yourself. So that was a big flaw in the conditioning. And I wanted to shout it from the rooftops. Until you love yourself and you connect with the love that you really are in essence, there'll never be enough love. It's always looking for it outside. So that was my passion. And I focused a long time on that. And so when my wife says, what do you want to do in the world? I would say I want to talk about love. And it was kind of the silliest thing to say when it comes to how we're going to make money. And I didn't compromise myself. I didn't do any other job. And this beautiful man comes around, a friend of a friend, and talks to me about network marketing. And the way I was introduced to this business model was everything I was looking for was first of all, you can't succeed in network marketing without being totally in integrity. Right? There's a lot of things that come and go because people are not in integrity, but if you want long-term residual income and true success in this industry, total integrity is the only way there, because it's a lifelong journey together. When somebody joins me, it's a lifelong journey. And you know, I hear from other people, the guys were all really nice until the day we signed up, and then they lost our phone number and the answer machine broke down. I never heard from them again. That's not leading to long-term success in this industry. So I love the industry of network marketing because it's redistributing the wealth to the people. Now, when you buy something in the supermarket, has anybody thought of the supermarket as a pyramid scheme? Do you know how many people get a commission of what you buy in the supermarket? And that 60 to 80% of the money you give for a product is marketing and advertising, so you buy this toothpaste and not that one. What happens in network marketing is it goes straight from the manufacturer to the end consumer, and the marketing is done by ordinary people, and they get the commission rather than the stock market in New York and in London and wherever the stock market is. Right? So I saw that conversation in the Buller Gorge, in the middle of the bush, having a conversation with this beautiful young man who says it's about redistributing the wealth to the people. I was immediately passionate about that. And hooking up like-minded people all over the planet, and every time somebody says yes, another light goes on. Well, the light went on in me. That was in, my daughter is now 17 on Friday, so that was about 16 and a half years or so ago. And I've never, ever got anywhere close to regretting that decision. It was my industry. I can be who I am. I could stay home with my daughter, see her grow up. I never, ever wanted to say, we can't afford this, because I grew up as a single mother, and the main thing I heard if I wanted anything was, we can't afford it. And I saw a lot of kids of my friends as I was here in New Zealand, they heard this all the time. Can't afford this, can't afford that. So I didn't ever want to be in that situation. So from living without money to being in a situation where I never have to say we can't afford this, network marketing offered me that opportunity, and I did that. And in fact, when my daughter wanted the umpteenth bra when she was 14 or so, and she said, oh, look at that corset. And I just gave her the credit card, and she said to me, you know, Dad, you don't have to buy it for me just because I want it. So I got the opposite from, please, could I have it? And I do say no, you know, but not for the financial reasons. So I've taken her around the world 4 times because half of her family is in Austria. And I came out of the bush with 42 with nothing. No inheritance, no bank account, no tax number. We were free. To now, I'm still free, and I'm actually freer because I've got more choices. And while I got into life was because of body balance and how that made so much sense. Eating organic food is not enough to run at the speed we're running on the planet right now. There isn't enough minerals in the food we're eating. That was my passion. That got me in. But now I can say the most important supplement in the world is money. Because then you have choices. And I know I chose to be free outside, and I was the richest man on the planet without, but how many people would want to do that? It's 16 hours a day running for survival. And with money, it's a lot easier and a lot more choices. And I can make a difference to so many more people than bigger hermits. So that's my short story.